Hello viewers, it's your girl Ruby Fangirl, and today I'm going to be talking about Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong. And yeah, it's been quite a while since I did want to do this, so I did promise to do this, so we're going to get into this! Alright, let's get into the book, and here it is. Justice League vs. Kong vs. Godzilla. I know, I reversed it by mistake. I know, you can really see the ring light and stuff like that. This is actually the first time I'm trying this, so please don't judge me. Anyway, here's the back. Oh, look at that. Like, I swear, they made, like, the monster vs. Godzilla, like, a lot more badass. I swear. Then anyway. Oh, look at that. Kind of reminds me of, like, the color style, like, for the poster of, like, the new Batman movie. It reminds me of that. But overall, that's pretty cool. Epic title, except that it's very long, just like GMK. Ooh, look at this. Oh. Like, seriously, once, like, you open, like, this book, it just brings a lot of epicness to it, I swear. Oh, so things start simple enough. Like, Superman wants to propose to Lois Lane. You know, that norm. But, boom! Godzilla's appeared, interrupting, like, the beautiful moment. I mean, once again, look at that. It looks like he came from hell. I mean, that's actually true. He did actually went to hell at one point, so yeah. Godzilla's just as badass as ever. So yeah, this part right here is just basically before, like, Superman was about to propose to Lois, so yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay. Anyway, they beat a giant gorilla. I know there's a gorilla, like, in the DC universe, but I always keep forgetting what he's called. But anyway, like, more talk about the proposal. All of a sudden, the villains are trying, like, to figure out a way to, you know, destroy the heroes. What villains do. And Lex Luthor decides he has a plan, basically. I don't need to put in, like, in a dramatic sentence. So yeah, they break into Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Like, seriously, like, the Superman Fortress of Solitude does not have, like, the greatest security. I know that I'm not really a big Superman fan, but I do know that his Fortress of Solitude does not have great security. So yeah, Superman should definitely hire security. Except for Family Guy, that's for sure. He only hired was just a maid. Anyway, then one of the villains found, like, a red stone that would, like, transport them and stuff like that to other worlds, but more on that later. So yeah, more talk about the proposal until Superman got news on something by Supergirl, basically that the Oso villains, like, decided to break into his Fortress of Solitude, which is not a good thing. So, nice job, Supergirl. Yeah, so the heroes manage to defeat, like, the villains and stuff, but then they all get transported to Skull Island. So, yeah, like, just like that. And then all of a sudden, Kong, like, appears fighting a skull crawler and stuff like that. I thought they all died out, like, you know, like, with the mother skull crawler and stuff like that from the movie, but whatever, this is a comic, who cares? And, of course, all the people are shocked to see a giant ape. So, yeah. And of course, this gorilla praises him as, like, a god. Okay, sure, you're a gorilla, but Kong is an ape. Anyway. Besides, Godzilla is the king of the apes, after all. And then the villains, like, decide to make a wish. But before they make that wish, we all know exactly what happens. Godzilla versus Superman. So yeah, you know what that wish was. Send, like, King Kong and Godzilla to the DC universe. A lot more easier entrance than in the Ruby and Justice League movie. Anyway, yeah, so Superman and Godzilla are having a little chat, but Godzilla doesn't give no crap. You know, it's Godzilla. So they fight each other and stuff like that. Like, seriously, Superman doesn't lay a punch against Godzilla. It only takes, like, some, like, few other heroes to deal with it. But they have other monsters to deal with. I don't know what this monster is called, but I think this appeared, like, in the New Empire. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, alright. Oh, it's Mammoth! I know what he is, because, I mean, he's literally a giant mammoth. Yeah, I'll talk about more him later. And, oh, one of, like, Kong's, like, enemies, like, from another comic. I think it was, like, what was that called? It was a comic book. I'll probably put it up, so, yeah. Anyway, okay, so more fight ensues with like Godzilla and Superman. And then the Bat family decided, like, to, help in the fight because that flying bat creature is in Gotham City. So, yeah, they gotta do something about it. While the villains on one hand are, like, just doing villainy stuff. I don't freaking care because it's just villain. But the point is, we're here, like, to fight Godzilla and Superman. So, yeah, we're all good. Oh my god, look at this. This imagery is so cool. Oh, look at that. Seriously, they have a lot more interesting, like, it's just more interesting. So yeah, so the Bat family tried to beat the Bat and stuff like that. I'm gonna call it the Bat because it looks like a bat. Yeah, some more talk, like some more fighting against the Bat and stuff like that, and then they managed to defeat him and stuff like that. Look at Batman. He is badass as ever. Yeah, because I'm not a DC fan, but I am a big Batman fan. So that I'm really impressed every time they make, like, Batman look more awesome. Anyway, back to, like, the Godzilla versus Superman. But now Shazam joins the party. I know that Hawkgirl was there too, but I'm just gonna say Shazam's it because it has more effect towards the plot. We'll get into that in a sec. So yeah, so Shazam fights off Godzilla, but because he tried to say Shazam to electrocute him, but he only just scratched at Godzilla. He just freaking brushes it off and pushes like the kid off, like the Shazam. Like, I don't know what the kid is, but I do know he's Shazam. And then boom, like Godzilla uses atomic breath on Superman, all because why? Because he turned his back on the one true king. And, oh my god, look at that. Poor Superman. But the thing is, Superman does not appear for the next few issues after, like, Godzilla uses atomic breath on him. So, yeah, Godzilla's more of a badass in this book. So yeah, Flash comes by and they attack against the crab squid. I don't know why. I don't know what this thing is, but I know it's like somewhere in there, but I believe so. But anyway, so they try to fight off against the thing I described, like with Supergirl, Green Lantern, Flash, all that stuff. And then Godzilla's just like squeaking in victory until one of the giants come on to, finish the fight to distract him so they can get like Superman out of there. But of course, Godzilla like defeats him and stuff like that, and he freaking bites him. Oh, don't mess with Godzilla. Like, the power of Supergirl and Shazam, they actually managed to knock him out. So yeah, it takes like superhero power to defeat this Godzilla. So yeah. So they managed like to, drag like Godzilla away for a bit, and they had to get Superman out of there. And they fight off against like Mammoth and stuff like that. Okay, like this is just really cool. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Do you think that like the Mammoth and like the Atlas version of like the Mammoth, like the Alpha version, would go against one another? Like, think of like a Death Battle episode. Like, if you guys want that to happen, please tell me in the comments. I really want to see like who would actually win. Like Mammoth versus like the Grimmeth. I think that's what it's called, a Grimmeth. I could be 100% wrong, but I do know it's like a mammoth. But anyway, they managed like to drive off like the Mammoth. He's like, I'm too bored with this. Like, honestly, like Mammoth is like the chillest like Titan of all time, I swear. Yeah, but anyway, they still tried to fight like this monster right here, and Flash does this tornado spin. I don't know what the hell this is. Again, comic logic. Oh, Kong fighting against like the serpent. I'm gonna call it a serpent because it's literally a snake. And of course, he fights it off and stuff like that. So yeah. And of course, the classic stuff. Kong has affection towards blonde people. Like, that's actually his thing. But this blonde girl is not freaking around. I mean, it's freaking Supergirl, for crying out loud. So, but this actually does work because he would follow, Supergirl. Because, I mean, he has to show affection to a blonde girl somehow. But back at the Bat family, so they tie up like the wombat and stuff like that. I believe that's what it's called. And the Lex Luthor found this. Don't worry, this will be used later, so wait on that. This is his healing chamber? Look, like I said, I don't know much about, like, the DC universe, so I don't know what this 100% means and stuff like that. But anyway, so after we see, like, you know, Superman healing and stuff like that, they're talking about, like, what they should do with these Titans and stuff like that. And back on Skull Island, Supergirl realizes that he understands her. I mean, that makes sense. We know this by this point in the Monsterverse. We all know this. But Kong does not take lightly to Green Arrow, because he's only attracted to blonde girls, not blonde men. So he has to run off and finds, like, these ninjas. Honestly, they look more like the Foot Clan from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, franchise. Like, seriously, like, just give her the goggles and that's it. Anyway, he fights up the ninjas, and mainly Kong, like, deals, like, the finishing blow, so we're good. And then Lois comes along and sees that, well, Superman is trying to heal, and he checked, like, his code and stuff, and she found the ring, and of course she would say yes to him. I mean, it's a trope. But anyway, like Lois searches, like, all, like, the stuff that's happening, and she realizes, like, this guy right here, yeah, he's up to no good. Anyway, we got some villain talk and stuff like that. Ooh, we see Slade right there. That's freaking awesome. And it looks like they're building a familiar face. We'll get to that later. Then underwater, Titanus arrives. This is actually this is not the first time that we saw her. She appeared in Godzilla Domain. I actually had to look it up yesterday because I totally forgot her name. But it's really cool to see her and stuff like that. And she actually did appear in New Empire. So we got, like, a book version and a movie version. So this is great. Then anyway, so yeah, they fight up against Titanus and stuff like that. I think I probably got her name right. Like, Titanus, yeah. I don't want to be confused with Titanosaurus. I was afraid I was going to say that, so bear that in mind. And then Godzilla appears. They both fight it off and stuff like that. And then Aquaman, like, use a chain and stuff, creates, like, a chain to, you know, chain Godzilla. But first he has to deal with another monster, the Kraken. Honestly, the Kraken right here is more creepier than any other monster I've seen ever. Like, I know this is what Aquaman, like, has, like, he can control everything, but I don't know about mystical beings. I mean, sure, but still, like, what the hell? So, anyway, so yeah, Titanus and Godzilla, like, tried, like, to fight the Kraken and also each other, but the Kraken tries to, you know, fight against, like, Godzilla and stuff, and of course, it wouldn't really go well, and Titanus almost about to eat the Flash, but thankfully, like, he made it fast because he's fast as lightning. Of course, the fight ensues between like the Kraken and Godzilla, and the Kraken actually, like, defeats him, like, just puts him down though. But before we get to that, we get more fight between Green Arrow and the Foot Clan. Yeah, I'm gonna call them the Foot Clan because I don't care, because that's literally them. And Batman's gonna make his own mech. We'll also get that one later. Yeah, Supergirl's trying to find Oliver or something, but Kong is just keep on, like, following her and stuff like that. And then he arrives. So yeah, he tries to talk into Kong and stuff like that, but of course he would not listen because he only follows, like, blonde women. And then he realizes that he can mind control Supergirl to, you know, to manipulate her and to manipulate Kong, like, to fight against, like, Godzilla and the heroes. I didn't know that was his thing, but as like I said, I don't know much about the DC universe. Anyway, all right, back to the Godzilla and Kraken. Like, Aquaman manages to chain up, like, Godzilla and stuff like that so he could stay put. And actually manages, like, to hold him back and stuff like that with a little bit of Wonder Woman's help. So yeah. So they managed, like, to put him down there for a while. And here he is. Mecha Godzilla is now reborn. But he better not have, like, Ghidorah's, like, consciousness in him. Because if that is the case, then he would be pissed at Godzilla even more. But thankfully, no, that's not the case. That's definitely not the case. yeah, and everyone realizes that, yeah, this is no good. We have to, like, free Godzilla because he's the only one that can actually, like, you know, get rid of all these monsters, including Kong, but we all know exactly what happened. Then Superman appears, like, I mean, disappears, but where? We'll get to that later. And, oh, look at this. Look at Mechagodzilla. Although that this version, like, is not my favorite, but when it comes to, like, shots like this, that's freaking cool. And also, like, these three monsters here, they're all brainwashed too, so this is not good at all. Oh, the Batmech. Oh my god. Like, seriously, if there's a toy version of this or a poster of this, I want to get it. Alright, anyway. So yeah, we're gonna have like a big ass battle and stuff like that. So yeah, this is pretty epic. And oh, look at that, a Green Lantern robot. Yeah, so they managed like to punch the three monsters, but we all know that's not gonna last for long because that's just gonna piss them off even more. We all know that by this point. Until like Supergirl and King Kong and the gorilla join the fight. And they all realize that they're both being mind controlled. Or Supergirl, really. Yeah, so Kong manages, like, to, you know, to, like, get all, like destroy, like, the robot mech and stuff like that, and then, oh my god! That's terrifying! Anyway, we're gonna move that from now on. And they're desperately trying, to fight it until Aquaman appears and try, to destroy the mind control and stuff like that. I mean, they gotta do everything to, you know, snap them right out of it. They're pretty much kind of screwed until they manage, to get, the mind control off of this gorilla's, head and stuff like that. And then Supergirl manages to get out of, the control, and she tells, Kong that we're on the wrong side. We gotta fight the other ones! And then, oh my god, look at this! What kind of skullcrawler is this? Like, seriously, if this actually appeared in the movie, I would have, screamed at the top of my lungs. So remember I said that Superman, vanished, this quickly? Yeah, because he decides to free him and stuff like that. But first, he has to, piss him off and stuff like that. Yeah, so before, that happened, we get, some stuff they were, talking about, and then, boom! We got, all these monsters in DC Universe fighting one another. Seriously, I wish this happened, in the Ruby comics, with all, these battles. So, yeah, this one makes this comic a little bit more better, but I do like the Ruby comics, too, because they have their own reasons, but moving on. Then Kong fights off the ultimate, Kong, Mammoth, and stuff like that, tries, fights off against, this ultimate threat. A little help with the green one? What is this? War of the Gargantuas? But, whatever. And a little help with, the superheroes and stuff like that. But Mechagodzilla is just beating the absolute crap out of the Batmech. So, yeah, things are not going great here. Look at all this. Look at that. And then while everyone's dealing with the monsters up there, Godzilla is getting even more mad, and also Superman apologizes and stuff like that, and he wants to help Godzilla return home to the Monsterverse. But first you gotta piss him off and stuff like that, and break the chain. A lot of stuff happens until Kong has the Green Lantern's ring. Okay. I don't know how that happened, but the point is that with this power, he can actually beat these skull crawlers, and the Batmech manages to destroy Mechagodzilla in a brutal fashion. Holy moly! And then Superman brings Godzilla to join the fight, and he manages to defeat Godzilla is just partaking in the battle, and they manage to kill it with the swing of Kong's axe. So yeah. And of course, victory roars, as always. And then Superman, brings, Godzilla and Kong back to where they were. And they all live happily ever after. Woo! So that's a lot of Godzilla and Kong and Justice League stuff. So now, let's get back to me! Woo! That was some long book. But it's not as long from the previous movie I did, because that was very long. So yeah, I'm going to take a little break from the books now, and I'll see you guys in the next video!